Not only is the president in good health, but Dr. Conley predicts that the president will remain in good health for the rest of his presidency. There are some more results, test results that came out, just a few, and I'll show you quickly, Wolf. We put up last year's results, this year's results. You can take a look. He's gained 4 pounds, 6 feet 3 inches tall. He is on a higher dose of this medication known as Crestor, a statin medication, and not surprisingly, his total cholesterol has come down from 223 to 196. You can see all the numbers there. When you look at that height and weight and put that together, he does now, last year he was sort of borderline obese. Now he is clinically obese based on those numbers. Let me show you something else really quick, Wolf. All the tests, there was, this exhaustive press conference last year where they talked about all the tests that he had done. Several of the tests that he had done were specifically looking at his heart. He had a echocardiogram of his heart. He had a stress test. He had a coronary calcium scan. And you'll remember, Wolf, he also had a Montreal cognitive exam. That was at the president's request, the doctors told us last year, and he scored a perfect score on that. We have no indication of whether he had any of these tests this year. There was no mention of it in this report that we just received, Wolf.
Let's talk about the president being technically obese by just a pound or 2 or 3. Talk a little bit about that and what it means.
Well, this is based on what is known as BMI, body mass index, and that is not a perfect assessment by any means. There are people who can have high BMIs and actually be fit, and people who have lower BMIs and not be that fit. You got to put that information along with all the other information. If someone is very muscular or are they carrying a lot of fat around their abdomen specifically, how does it fit in with their cholesterol, other testing? So I think what most people will say when they look at that complete picture, that there is a concern here, and the concern is specifically around cardiovascular disease. So concerns about his heart, concerns about the blood vessels that lead to other parts of his body. That's the real concern. So clinically obese in and of itself is an important thing to know, and typically denotes that someone is not in good health. But when you start to add in all this other information, it kind of makes a clearer picture that there's a real concern about someone's heart health in particular here, Wolf.